Well, good afternoon and welcome to Seattle's Eastside Real Estate Podcast. I'm your host, Dan Edwards, the managing broker of the Eastside Real Estate team out of Keller Williams Eastside. And this podcast is your go-to source for living, playing, working, and enjoying the Eastside. It is Wednesday, August 16th, and we are live on Facebook, YouTube. So please, if you're watching us live or if you're watching us later, make sure you like or subscribe to our channels. Feel free to share any of our posts if you find they have great content, and comment, ask your questions. We are live. I can see if somebody does ask a question live. So we're going to have a great show today. We've got Sarah Centeni, and she is with Centeni Coaching, as well as we have, I said Tanny, not Tenny. I'm going to get it right. And then, of course, our good friend Tucker Max will be here to discuss about getting mentally prepared for the real estate world. So we're going to jump into our real estate topic today. So our real talk segment. So here we go. Real talk. Maybe I feel like we should have like a little buffer in there, right? To be like, we're in the real talk segment. Okay. That's a future thought right there. So what we're going to talk about today is the King County and Eastside July housing stats. So every month we kind of read through what's going on in the real estate market and, take the numbers and we break them down. I'm actually going to go ahead and grab a screen share of our website. So if you're looking for some of our topics and this information, we'll be sending it out via email to anybody that's interested, but also, let's see how long this takes on our website. There we go. So here's our July market report. And I have to tell you that there are some mixed signals in the reporting, and I think it's based on the type of market that we're in. So I'm not going to read this verbatim, but I do want to point out that King County decreased 32% in active inventory, total inventory. So we had this time last year, July, 4,718 homes listed for sale in King County. We're down to 3,100, 33%. On the east side, it went down 40%, so a larger decrease. The interesting part is that when we actually look at the numbers by city, it doesn't tell the same story. The reason for that is King County covers the whole area. So if you'll notice, Bellevue, right, for instance, actually shows that we have more total available inventory. But if you break down the entire east side, all of those outlying pockets. So here's what I interpret this to be, is homes that are well priced and well positioned in these cities are going to sell relatively quickly. The ones that are a little bit on the outskirts, and I'll give an outskirt example of Duval, Carnation, Falls City, North Bend, Maple Valley, these kind of areas where some extra inventory is filling up. Kent, Covington, that's part of King County. So that's probably where you're seeing more. So what's happening is buyers are shifting towards better locations because they can or they choose to. And they're maybe thinking twice about some locations in King County and on the east side. So they're kind of moving around to the hot spots. So inventory in some of those areas is increasing, but the deals are decreasing. So it's a very, very mixed market. So here's how I wrote the analyst, is the cooling housing market, because that is really what we're seeing. Less inventory, less sales. Now, sellers can benefit from less competition, while buyers can benefit from maybe a little less bidding wars, right? So it's like a mix of both things. So one thing I really like to look at is the market action index, because this tells us, seasonally speaking, what you can expect. So if I look back to last year, we can see that the market action index kind of dips down until about January and then takes off. So this tells me that you, buyer, that maybe have been sitting on the fence, are going to run up against less competition in the coming months. So if you were postponing, and if you're a seller, the one other thing I would add is we did see slumping prices. So if you look here, year over year, it was a 7% decrease in Bellevue, 4.3% decrease. So if you decide to kind of postpone some things, you may see a little less money if you decide to list November or December. That's like probably not the most recommended time, but I know a lot of people have to do so. And if so, well, it is what it is. So anyways, if you go to Eastside Team Homes. You can get all the details about this. If you have other questions, comments, or concerns about what is happening in the housing market, you can reach out to our team. That is our July market report for July 2020, King County and Eastside. So now we're going to take our quick break because we are talking a lot about investing in real estate, and there are a lot of reasons why you should be prepared to invest now. So come back after the short break and we will talk with Tucker Maxwell.